Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to Carl the Wordsmith. For those joining me for the first time, I am Carl, a poet, vocalist, sesquipedalian, and mental health podcaster, and I delight in the explorations of music, language, and the ineffable emotions that bind them together. Now, before we begin, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the wonderful individuals whose names you now see on screen. Their generosity, kindness, and belief in this channel have helped cultivate this little corner of the internet into the thriving community it is today. And if you would like to contribute and help support future content and enjoy exclusive perks and benefits, please feel free to visit any of the links in the description below. Now, today we venture into the luxuriant and labyrinthine world of Sleep Token as we experience Take Me Back to Eden. And if you find value in today's journey, please do consider liking, commenting, sharing this video far and wide, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now then, without a further bloody ado, let's dive straight into it, shall we? All right then. So, Take Me Back to Eden by Sleep Token. And by the way, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to everyone who commented on my first reaction video that was to the summoning. You guys were so unbelievably supportive and loved hearing your stories, your testimonies really of how the song impacted all of you. Please do keep them coming in the comment section below. And thank you for all of the compliments. I struggle to respond to compliments because I'm really shit at taking them. But, this is going to be a very long journey. I have heard that Sleep Token's catalog is brobdingnagianly fast. So, looking forward to this. So let's just dive straight into it, shall we? How many genres are going to be in this one song? So, the word Eden obviously giving off biblical connotations. Somber start. Oh, okay. So is the music video the same sort of theme? Beautiful voice. Interesting lyrics. Brilliant writing. Oh, so good. Oh, what lyrics. There you go. Okay. Bloody hell, Vessel's got a hell of a range. Okay, wait, let me stop it there, because, it reminds me a lot of Ren, Fozia, just the depth and lyrical profundity within their writing. I mean, it's, in a lot of ways, I love and struggle with interpreting lyrics of their quality because of the amount of depth. So my brain will be working in overdrive here. Hope you don't mind this video being long. It shouldn't be a surprise that these lyrics may be among the most profound and devastating that most of us would have come across, unless you're very familiar with Sleep Token, and in which case I am not. But they read almost like a sacred lament for a paradise that can no longer be reclaimed. The opening image, I dream in phosphorescence, that evokes something bioluminescent and ethereal, a light that exists in darkness. It suggests a consciousness haunted by memories that continue to glow long after the source has vanished. And Vessel here, I think, sees a beloved drifting past the fog, yet neither party seems to possess a map. There is yearning here, but also profound disorientation. There are two souls moving through the same dreamscape while remaining tragically unmoored. The imagery of crystal waters and perfect oceans introduces Eden itself, which is a state of purity, intimacy, and transcendence. Yet the line, "No one told me not to breathe," is extraordinary, because breathing, breathing, the very act that sustains life, becomes the cause of drowning in his performative lyricism. Love has become an environment so beautiful that survival within it is impossible. And then comes one of the song's most arresting metaphors. Those eyes like fire. I'm a winged insect, you're a funeral pyre. The attraction is irresistible, almost gravitational, like a moth drawn to a flame. And Vessel knows the encounter will end in annihilation. Yet, desire overwhelms self-preservation. This is not romance as comfort. This is romance as sacred self-destruction. And the references to wires, patient violence, and the gods grow tired I found particularly interesting, because it suggests maybe an internal war between instinct and restraint. There is a sense that even divine forces have wearied of witnessing the cycle. Yet the plea remains unchanged. Grow back your sharpest teeth, you know my desire. And even the qualities that wound him are desired, because they belong to the persona that he can't let go or relinquish. And so there's a refrain that emerges not merely as nostalgia, but as a desperate spiritual petition. And it is quite simply, take me back to Eden. Now that is a cry for restoration, to innocence before heartbreak, wholeness before fragmentation, and a lost state of communion that exists now only in memory. It is the sound of someone willing to travel beyond reason itself in pursuit of a paradise that may no longer exist. Okay, let's keep this going. That is an outstanding start. Great control of the head voice. I don't think it's falsetto because there's a lot of weight behind it. Could be a head dominant mix. Well, only he would know. Okay, curious.
Well, yeah, I spit blood when I wake up. Sink porcelain stain choking our brain.
Okay, we're rapping now.
Just 2 days since the mainframe went down and I'm still messed up. Room feels like a meat freezer, I dangling like
Oh, Shakespearean. I have no words for Vessel or Sleep Token. He did this in the last song. And it seems a recurring theme for him that will never cease to surprise. Because again, first part of the song, you had the chorus. But then he changes the music to a different genre completely. And he still implements the same chorus, but it sounds like a completely different song. And I don't know of any artist that does that, or at least does it anywhere near as well as they do. So the lyrics it took me a while to catch on to the fact that that was happening. Oh, it's so good. Bloody hell. Okay, some thoughts. Okay, so this passage, I think this passage represents one of the most harrowing moments in the song so far. And here, I think Vessel abandons abstraction and plunges headlong into imagery that is almost shockingly corporeal. The language feels feverish, fragmented, and wounded, as though we are witnessing the internal monologue of someone standing amidst the ruins of their former self. And the opening lines establish like that landscape of psychological devastation. I spit blood when I wake up. Now that is not merely a description of physical suffering, it is the embodiment of emotional trauma becoming somatic. The body itself begins speaking the language of pain. And pay attention to the lines that follow, right? Choking up brain matter and makeup. The symbolism becomes extraordinary, but in a different way, because brain matter, to me, represents cognition, identity, and sanity, while makeup represents performance, image, and the masks we often wear for others. Both are being expelled together. The mind is breaking down, and with it, the carefully curated persona designed to conceal that damage. The phrase I found very interesting was the mainframe went down. Now that's particularly fascinating. It frames heartbreak as a catastrophic systems failure. This is not the loss of a relationship alone, it is the collapse of the central operating principle around which life has been organized. And everything that followed depended on that structure. And now the machinery of selfhood is malfunctioning. So consequently, if you follow through, the room becomes a meat freezer, as he sings. It's a place devoid of warmth, humanity, or movement, to dangle in it like cold cuts. I think that is to feel reduced from a living being into something inert, preserved, and disconnected from vitality, I would assume. And what follows is a portrait of profound alienation, distrusted voices, unanswered calls, and mirror talk suggests someone trapped within themselves, unable to distinguish genuine connection from illusion. Yet beneath the despair lies resentment. I'll take a pound of your flesh before you take a piece of my pay stub. Now that invokes the language of extraction and sacrifice. It is the refusal to be consumed any further by people, systems, or relationships that continually demand pieces of the self, and that's a Shakespearean line, by the way. Then the imagery becomes almost liturgical. White roses, black doves. So you're uniting purity and mourning, innocence and death. The invocation of God, Mother, rise up. That to me feels almost like a plea for absolution, guidance, or perhaps resurrection, because it culminates in the heartbreaking confession of, I need you to see me for what I have become. Not what I was, but what suffering has transformed me into. So in essence, to sum up everything that I've said, this passage depicts a soul caught between ruin and revenants, recognizing the destructive nature of its obsession, yet still kneeling before it as though it was sacred. All right, let's keep this going. Jeez, what a song. Okay, what genre do we have next? Will we get jazz? Will we get easy listening? Who knows? Well, you know. Oh, musical interlude. Okay. Is this a recurring thing in all of their songs? Because the song is 8 minutes long. Don't mind at all. Bro could make a song 20 minutes long and we'll be in. Oh, that's beautiful. Great run. Oh, that hit home. Back to rock. Bite back in anger. Interesting. Glory of Innocence. Okay, so 3 different songs so far. Nice. What a song. What a song. I didn't really hear the rock scream this time though. Oh, there you go. I have traveled far. That's different. He said I will before, now it's I have. That's very significant to the context of the song. What's the significance of the black goo? Oh, we're fading out. You don't hear that much in songs nowadays. Ooh. Oh. Wow. Outstanding. Okay. Well, that was brilliant. Um, sometimes I just don't have words, but gather my thoughts and yeah, let's see. Thank you for recommending this. Very, very good. As a first-time reaction to a song, I got to admit that this has probably been the most challenging for me and my brain. So, because the philosophical heart of this song is that after all the mythological imagery, the oceans, the pyres, the violence, the yearning, Vessel now just suddenly strips everything back and delivers a truth so painfully human that it lands with almost devastating clarity. I guess it goes to show, does it not, that we've got no idea what we've got until we've lost it. That is remarkable weariness in observation. Gone is the grandiosity of gods in Eden. What remains now is wisdom purchased through suffering. This is not the voice of someone theorizing about loss. It is the voice of someone standing in its aftermath, surveying the wreckage with painful lucidity. And the next line deepens the tragedy immeasurably, and no amount of love will keep it around if we don't choose it. So that may be one of the most mature observations in the entire song. Because when you think of it, popular culture often portrays love as an irresistible force capable of conquering all obstacles. And Vessel offers the opposite conclusion. Love alone is insufficient. Love is a feeling, but choosing someone is an action. Relationships endure not because affection exists, but because two people repeatedly decide to nurture, protect, and prioritize that affection. And when you think about that, and I mean really think about it, the implication of that is heartbreaking. Something precious was not lost through lack of love, but through lack of choice. And then comes that shift from grief to confrontation, let's say. And I don't know what's got its teeth into me, but I'm about to bite back in anger. I got the lyrics over here, by the way. When you remember earlier in the song, he is largely passive, a moth drawn helplessly toward a flame. But here, for the first time, there is resistance. Whatever has been consuming him, whether it's been grief, obsession, regret, self-loathing, addiction, heartbreak, he refuses to remain prey to it. Yet, even this defiance is immediately challenged by self-awareness. Now, listen to this. No amount of self-sought fury will bring back the glory of innocence. That's a bar, because it acknowledges one of humanity's oldest illusions, in my view, the belief that anger can somehow reverse loss, but innocence, once lost, cannot be reclaimed through rage. Experience changes us. Suffering changes us. Knowledge changes us. The paradise of ignorance exists only before the fall. And this leads beautifully into perhaps the most subtle yet profound lyrical transformation in the entire composition. And notice this. Earlier, Vessel sings this: I will travel far beyond the path of reason. Now, when you look at that, this is future tense. It is a declaration of intent. He is willing to abandon logic, sacrifice stability, and venture beyond rationality in pursuit of Eden. Now, at this stage, the journey remains hypothetical. The hope still exists that salvation may be found. But at the conclusion of the song, he sings something else. And notice this: I have traveled far beyond the path of reason. I have traveled. The difference is very simple. It's one single word, yet it changes everything. The quest is no longer ahead of him. It is behind him. The promise has become a confession. The future has become the past. He has already crossed every boundary in pursuit. He has already descended into obsession, grief, longing, rage, and self-destruction. He has gone as far as a human being can go in pursuit of what was lost. And despite traveling beyond reason itself, Eden remains unreachable. So that subtle shift transforms the final refrain from a plea into a lament at the beginning. Take me back to Eden. By the end, it now carries resignation. He now understands the cruel truth at the center of the song. Eden was never a place waiting to be rediscovered. It was a place that existed before the fall, and no amount of love, anger, longing, or suffering can ever truly return us to what we were before we lost it. Honestly, some of the best lyric writing I've come across. And I've reacted to some seriously talented lyricists. For me personally, Fozia and Ren are among the best that I've heard when it comes to lyrical analyses and looking at the depth and profundity of their lyrics. But I have to shove Sleep Token up there. Vessel's writing is nothing but sheer poetic brilliance. So I'm going to do a deep dive of all of their stuff. And I think I'm definitely going to have fun with it. So that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. This was such a pleasure to analyze. It did give my brain a run for its money. I feel like there's some stuff that I missed. But again, this is a first time reaction to this song, so I'll probably discover things whilst in the editing process. But that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you are keen, please do support the channel. These videos usually do get copyrighted, so any type of support is greatly appreciated. And if you can't, that's okay. I'm just happy you're here. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do be kind, do be gentle, do be respectful to one another, and help each other out when you can. And I'll see you lot in the next video. Take care. Cheers.